Hey, how's it going again? Pardon me if I'm talking a little quietly this time. My kids are in bed, so I'm trying to record this one without waking up the whole house. This is one I've been wanting to do for a while now, but because most of my scrappers have pretty good artifacts already, I haven't really been hitting mile high here very often. But it is probably the trickiest map for me in this level range right now. So I thought I'd go ahead and do a video and show you how I tackle it. Alright, there's a few things to note here. Probably the trickiest spot is this coiler right in the middle. And it's tricky because, well, for a couple reasons. This little bone right here, this skull, tends to really distract your guys, and they get fried by this coiler pretty easy. So I'll go ahead and warn you now, I could very well lose this or mess this map up, but I'll show you the tips that I use and how I go about it. So the first thing you're going to want to do, this star building in the back, the office here, you can actually get this one pretty easy. Anybody with range 3 or better that can target this Sky Blaster should be able to come in and take out the rocket, and then just take out the star building without drawing any kind of fire from anything around. Now, if you drop the person back here first, then they're going to pull all these little 4 drones you see flying around here. So, although Boomer is a range 3 and he can handle it, if you drop him first, he's going to get eaten alive by these drones because he can't shoot up in the air. But you know, you could drop anybody back there with range 3 or better that has decent damage. You know, you could drop Outback is obvious. You can drop Outback back there. You could drop Mittens if she's got enough damage to get through the 2 buildings there, the rockets and the office itself. Jammer is a good choice. I've used Hazmat back there successfully. I'll probably try this one with Jammer back there. Honey also is a good choice. Now, I mentioned Honey because there's a couple spots on here where you kind of want flyers. Well, the main spot is right over here. This is the trickiest corner. I typically tend to start on this corner right here. And I like to attack this corner with somebody that flies. Valkyrie is probably my favorite. I bring her right in to target the machine gun, and I keep her on it the whole time. The mortar can't target her because she's flying. You know, the snowblower is tricky because it slows everything down, but you can get through here with a flying tank, or even a decent tank that's got the range to pick on the machine gun without getting hit by the spore spitter there. So I'll probably try it with Valkyrie with some damage to back her up. Now, see, this is really tricky. This coiler is really, I think, the key to the whole map. So you got to be really careful that whoever you bring in here to do your damage on this machine gun can do it without setting off that coiler right there. I'll just quickly mention another trick that should work here is you can actually send apes in here as well. You can send one ape at the machine gun. You can send another ape up against the wall to get into the spore spitter there. If your apes are spec'd pretty good for damage, mine have pretty good artifacts on them. So you're gonna start your range 3 guy back here, picking off this first star building. Then you're probably gonna want to bring a tank and some damage in here to start working on this one. And then you're going to get somebody, probably the same person that you dropped over here, working down here. And I like to drop them right about between these 2 patches of grass right here. I can't really show you what I'm poking at, but the idea is to get them to target, first this tower and then to roll into this tower before they roll up here. Because pretty much anybody, once they get to the wall, is in danger of that coiler. And then getting the coiler is the trick to the whole map, because this coiler oftentimes can protect both these star buildings. If I lose, I usually run out of time trying to get one of these 2 guys down. I just can't do it and get through the coiler at the same time. So Let's see how I do this time. So I'm going to take Valkyrie, if I can find her. There she is. And I think I'll use, I'll try it with honey to start. I don't make any promises here, but I'll try it with honey. And let's see, I want somebody a little bit tough, sort of a mid-tough guy. Well, Glop is not bad. Glop is always good when you use him with honey. We'll try Glop. I might be making a mistake there to use two tanks, Valkyrie and Glop. I'll quickly mention Glop is a tank. I mean, he alone is a pretty beefy guy. You can see I've got two health artifacts on him now, but he's pretty beefy. But if you can save up 10 goo and then drop 3 Glops at a time, then his little blob there that he spawns is a great tank. I find that depending on what it's going against, my little blob can usually tank, and he's still alive by the time the cooldown comes around, and I can drop another one. So Glop is good, and he's particularly good with honey. Just mentioned that in passing. And then let's see, not really sure what's going to matter on the other end, so I'll drop. I'll drop Pee-wee in there. I don't think I'm going to use Pee-wee very much, so it's just kind of a throwaway. All right, let's see if I can win this. And if I lose, then I'll upload it anyway, so you can see what a bad attempt looks like. So I'm going to start with honey back here, and in fact I'll drop 2 of them back there. I see she can defend herself against those drones. Just pick them off. And once she's through that wall, she's going to take out that. All right. Drop my tank. Now I'm trying to drop my bees here and drop my bees. Come on, drop my bees. There we go. Get another tank over here. My bees are working on my spore spitter. Drop another set. Just making sure I have enough Valkyries over here to do the job. Back them up with a few more bees. I'm going to drop Glop over here. See, as soon as you get through the wall, you've got problems, because you're going to draw the fire of that lightning tower. And you see all the flying damage I had over there is dead now. And that's just the way it is. There went the star building in the back. Keep that coiler busy with my little Glop tank. Get some more damage out there. Alright. And that looks like we got it done here. There we go. Boom. Alright. Well, as it turns out, that was actually a pretty good lineup to take that one out. So I think I called out most of the tough spots in the tower attack, and you can do it. Let me just pop my artifacts here real quick. Oh, pretty good. I know I don't need that. Let's see what these are. Minions. I don't really need cooldown right now. And I'll hang on to that one just in case. Taking a look at the map. So again, you can do this other ways. I mean, you can even do this, like I said, you can do it with Ape down here. You can do it with Kaiju. But the trick really is get range 3 or better back here, and then get your tanks and some damage down here. And if your tank can't fly, then you're going to want some damage to back him up. So Kaiju and Outback is actually a pretty good choice down here, because usually Outback can get the machine gun without getting hit by the spore spitter there. And then the last part you have to do once you're through that, you just got to figure out how to take out that coiler. You'll notice when I did it, I was attacking with distraction, so I was putting a tank on one side and putting my damage on the other side. The glops came in from the wall; they were doing damage over here from this side, and I was kind of dropping my my little glopling on the tower side over here to keep the tower pointed that way. Anyhow, that's it. Hope you find it useful.